Hello and welcome to MailRight's next workshop. Today we are going to be talking about KVCore and the top 6 things that you need to know. I'm here with Jonathan, who is also the founder of MailRight, and I'm Adam Brown, the co-founder. How you doing today, Jonathan?
Not too bad. Can't believe it's Friday. The week's just disappeared.
I know, it's great. So we like to talk about the goods and bads and give you tips. And so today that's what we're going to be doing with KVCore. And let's jump right into it. And the first thing is that KVCore is a web and CRM solution. So tell us about that, Jonathan.
Yeah, it combines customer relation manager functionality with marketing automation with IDX integration. So they provide every association provides a database feed. IDX is a methodology that can display that feed nicely depending on the IDX provider. They provide that as part of the tool. It is a direct competitor to tools like Boomtown. It is one of the older platforms. It has some great strengths. It does have some weaknesses. One of its great strengths is the custom management system. It is pretty robust, pretty powerful, and it's all web-based, basically. You log in, like I say, a lot of brick and mortar and digital brokerages are offering it. Well, offering is maybe not the right word. They're insisting that you buy it as part of your brokerage monthly fee. Like a lot of brokerages, almost all of them, charge an individual agent a digital marketing fee, a monthly fee.
So that can vary between brokerages, right?
And it's normally negotiable depending if you're a big hitter, a new agent, or a part-time agent. It depends on what you're bringing to the brokerage.
Okay, that makes sense. All right. Anything else about that one?
I thought I'd just give a quick outline of what it is. Yeah.
Yep, that's good. Okay. Well, hey, if you like our video, this one in particular, but also our other ones, give us a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and then smash that notification button so that you can get the latest updates. These are free. These are for you. We want to help you grow your business, and they're specific to real estate. So let's jump into number 2. It's a robust IDX search and display functionality, right?
Yeah, they provide a website. The basic functionality, displaying properties that are for sale, is robust. It has good search functionality. It has good options. It has the ability to give people so many searches before it asks for their name and email. It has all the basic functionality that's been tested over a number of years, that if somebody gets to the website and they stay on it and they're using it, it has good methodology to obtain their name and email, and it will go into the CRM. That's part of the overall system. And then it has robust functionality to send email and text messaging. It also has robo-phoning functionality. It has a lot included. It's not the most intuitive interface, but compared to, say, LionDesk, Wise Agent, or Top Producer, I still think it has a better interface than those 3 that we have talked in other videos about.
Yeah, and you can check out our other videos. We'll have a link below, or our YouTube channel, or on our blog on our website, mail-right.com. And what do you mean by the display functionality? Is that like the user-friendly, the look of it, the user experience as far as that goes?
Just utilizing, if you're on the site and you moved away from the home page and you're on the pure IDX display pages, the actual UX design. I wouldn't say it's the best in the industry. You can't beat a custom solution, but that's expensive, or not quite so expensive if you ask us to help you.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
And the other good thing is they do provide a robust plugin, a WordPress plugin, and one of our clients that we've done work for, that's what they wanted. They wanted a really good looking website, but they wanted the IDX to come from KVCore, and they do provide a robust plugin. It's not as good as IDX Broker, but it's pretty robust. And you got that, but the actual property search pages aren't the prettiest, but they are robust.
And so when you work for these specific brokerages that offer KVCore, and let's just say, because it happens a lot for most real estate agents and real estate brokers, they move to another brokerage that does not offer KVCore. What happens to that CRM and those leads? Who owns those leads, the website and things like that that are set up in KVCore? Do they lose those, or can they take those with them?
Well, if you're going to another, you and the brokerage, well, it depends on the individual contract that you've signed. The actual brutal fact is you and the broker don't own it. KVCore owns that data.
Okay. That's probably good for them to know, right?
It's a slight thing that you must be aware of. Obviously, that arrangement is dependent on, I have no inside information, but I'd imagine if you're dealing with a national franchise, they have a more equal agreement with KVCore. But normally, if you're talking about a regional owned brokerage or agent, a power agent or a power boutique team, you don't own the data. KVCore owns the data. And if you're moving brokerages and they're using KVCore, you can export it, or KVCore will migrate it. If you're not moving to another, let's say you're moving to a brokerage that's using Real Geeks or using Boomtown, you're not going to be able to export that probably in a format that allows you easily to import it into one of these competitor systems. The only way you
maybe not even legally, right? Because typically they own it.
It depends if Zapier or a similar system can help you. Zapier is a platform that provides API tools that enable one cloud system to talk to another cloud system. So there might be a Zapier offered that allows you, but it's really dependent on the API and how open the system and how open KVCore is to allow you to export it. If there isn't any of those type of solutions, you're just going to have to manually move it. The second thing to reply to that question is that it's definitely KVCore's data, and then it's the broker's data. You're going to be, as the agent, you're the last owner. So know your contract. Know if you leave, can you take that information legitimately or legally? Because you don't want to have to deal with those ramifications either. All right, let's jump into the third thing. So effective lead capture functionality and marketing automation, which you touched on a little bit, but let's get a little bit more into that. Yeah, it's got a very, Mailrite offers it. We offer a much more simpler. It's not as powerful. It's not as multifunctional as KVCore, but KVCore is a little bit of a monster. They do provide a lot of training, documentation, but also webinar. You do have to pay for this training. It's like Boomtown or Zing or some of the other major CRM.
And it's a lot of training. Like, you got to be pretty committed to really learn
Well,
that system.
there's whole YouTube channels. I'll make sure there's a couple links to those.
Mm-hmm.
But we're just going to give some basic stuff in some future, give some information about some key parts. But there's whole channels with over 100 videos on just KVCore.
Yeah.
That should tell you what we're dealing with. It's powerful. It's robust. It does do email drip campaigns. It does similar things that MailRite does, but I think we've got a much more focused, easier use. But we don't offer everything that KVCore does inside itself, but it is a bit of a beast.
Yeah, and bigger is not always better because, really the time spent selling is probably the most important aspect of real estate. And if you're spending hours, hundreds of hours trying to learn how to input data and how, a program works, that can be pretty cumbersome, creates burnout. And a lot of, I would say most of the realtors I know don't use it. So
I think we're getting close because we didn't want this to be War and Peace. I think we've got 3 or 4 minutes, and also we want to wrap it up. I just want to cut through some of the other things. I just want to go to the key thing that I think people got to really understand, not solely about KVCore, but this applies to a lot of similar platforms. Yeah. KVCore, and they do offer a PPC service, paid for click management system. It's on top. It starts around 600. That is cheap. That's cheap.
Yeah.
Because most PC pay for click agencies, the minimum spend is between 5 and 10,000, and they take a 10 to 20% cut. So you're not going to get a tremendous amount of handheld holding at that level. It's going to be it's going to be a canned solution that they've utilized for a lot of agents. Unless you go through either what they're offering, or you go through something like MailRite, where we can run a bespoke Facebook campaign or some other form of campaign. What I'm trying to get to is for the system, for KVCore website, to convert that person so they give their name and email, and then triggers off a series of text messages and email. You got to get the people to the website. Unless you spending a load of time learning KVCore and setting it all up, it will not generate any leads unless you get people to the website. And one of the problems with the KVCore website in local search terms is it's not SEO friendly. Some people disagree with me on this. But it is my honest opinion. It is definitely not SEO local friendly. So what I mean is, when people were doing searches on various terms with a local identifier, let's give an example. They put searching for 2-bedroom apartments, Reno, to buy. Your KV site ain't going to be turning up. You can, if you know your SEO, and there are a couple of people that are showing up in Northern Nevada, but the people did a ton of work and they really knew their SEO, and they did a load of additional work. And I question the logic of doing that, because I think doing that kind of SEO work, you really want your own WordPress website, because you then own it and you can move it. Like if you buy a website from MailRite, we can build you a website, we can host it, we can provide all the tools. But
part of the plans.
But if you want to move away from us, as long as you up with your fees with us, you can move somewhere else. So I think that's a better idea. But that is
Yeah.
the main problem with KVCore, which I wouldn't advise you to do, unless you spend a lot of time on local SEO and really get stuck into it. It's not very local SEO friendly, Adam.
Yeah, most don't have the time to go through all that and learn all those things either. And that's a great point, which is our fourth point. And you kind of went into our fifth point too, which is
we need to wrap it up.
Yeah. So it has that complicated back end, and training isn't super great, but it's extensive. It's overwhelming in a lot of respects. So any last final thoughts before we wrap it up?
That's about it. It's effective. A lot of brokerages are, a lot of agents are, I wouldn't say made to use it, but as part of their digital monthly fee, which they have to pay the brokerage. If you want to join a Pacific brokerage, almost all of them is negotiable normally, depending on where you are in your career. If you're a rainmaker, you're going to have your own systems anyway, and the brokerage isn't going to foster their own package on you. So this is all negotiable.
Yeah.
But most part-time, most newish agent, let's say in the second or third year, the brokerage is going to insist that they buy their digital monthly package, which really helps them in speech quotes. And a lot of brokerages have done deals with KVCore.
Yeah, and we could set up some things with brokerages as well as mail-right. So make sure you check out our website. It's mail-right.com. We have several different plans. It's for realtors. There's digital marketing, there's a website, there's CRM, email, text, things like that all help build your business. Well, it's all integrated.
If you want to spend money on SEO and have that guarantee from us that you can move,
and that.
Plus we provide similar tools to KVCore, or we can integrate it with KVCore. But you have that guarantee that you own the website. You're not just, and you can move it, because that is the problem with KVCore.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
Yeah, people are not aware, and it's a major thing. I think it's time to wrap it up, Adam.
I do too. So thanks for joining us. Those were the top 6 things you need to know about KVCore. Thank you, Jonathan. And don't forget to give us a like, subscribe, and smash that notification bell. And we will see you next time.